Yes, sir. Now, today, we gonna talk about Snoop Dogg. Now, it has come out that Snoop Dogg's brother, music executive, Bean Worthington Jr., dead at 44. Now, Yo Gotti just had a brother as well that was also a music executive that passed away. So now we gonna dive in on Snoop Dogg's brother, right? Nah, the first thing that stood out to me was the fact that if you take Bean Worthington Jr., exactly how they put it in the headlines, if you take the letters, right, in Bean Worthington Jr., as you can see right down below, B being the second letter of the alphabet, I being the ninth, so on and so forth. Bean Worthington Jr. equals 223. Now, if you don't understand the significance of 223, allow me to explain. Skull and Bones, right? Order 322. Even Genesis 322, where it states that now man has become one like us, knowing about good and evil. Skull and Crossbones equals 223 in the ordinal cipher as well, which is 322 in reverse. So we know that this death is involving a Skull and Bones ritual. So let's dive deeper down this rabbit hole. Now, another name for Skull and Bones is the Brotherhood of Death. When, if we take Brotherhood of Death, that happens to equal 187. And this is going to tie right in with Snoop Dogg, right? Because 187, right? And we take Snoop Dogg's brother, Bean Worthington, who was his younger brother. Younger brother also equals 187, just like Brotherhood of Death, right? Now, the number 187 means the code for murder, especially in California, where Snoop Dogg is from. The code 187, when Snoop Dogg was actually featured on a song called 187 with Dr. Dre. So what's the odds of this code later on revealing itself with his younger brother being involved with a 187? Right? Just like Brotherhood of Death, just like Skull and Bones, just like his name synchronized with Skull and Bones. So we seen the rest of the synchronization that follow, right? But come on. Because even Dr. Dre's son passed away 187 days after his birthday, when Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg had a song called 187. And both of them had somebody that's involved in these numbers, man. These people is taking their families out by the numbers. But come on. Because it's very interesting that Snoop Dogg's brother, Bean Worthington, dead at 44, just weeks after rapper's daughter, Corey Brodus, 24, suffered a stroke. So his daughter just had a stroke a couple weeks ago. So damn, was you trying to knock the daughter off first? And then that went unsuccessful, so you went elsewhere. Kind of like how Ricky Smiley did when Ricky Smiley's daughter got shot. Then she survived, then his oldest son passed away. Man, come on. Snoop Dogg says daughter Corey Brodus, 24, is doing a little better following a stroke. And notice the fact that this article came out on the 24th about his 24-year-old daughter that had a stroke. Nah, Snoop Dogg's mother passed away 2 years ago. So it's been a lot of close relatives that something has happened to around Snoop Dogg, right? His mama passed away. His daughter had a stroke. Then a couple weeks after that, his brother died. Man, come on, man. The industry want more blood. Snoop Dogg has been in the industry for a long time, 20 plus years. Now it's time for him to give something. Snoop Dogg told you a long time ago that he sold his soul. In the music video, Murder Was the Case. Watch that song and watch that music video, and Snoop Dogg illustrates to you how he sold his soul to the devil. And this is what takes place afterwards, right? Things that's going on spiritually. His family is under spiritual attack due to the deal that Snoop Dogg made years ago. Even his daughter questions. She said, I'm only 24. What did I do in my past to deserve all of this? She thinking it's something got to do with her past life. No, it got to do with your father. That's why what's going on with you is what's going on with you. It's because of your pops. The things that your father has done, the deals that your father has made behind closed doors. This is why what's happening to y'all is what's happening to y'all. But come on. Right? Because Snoop Dogg's brother, right? If we break this down, because his daughter had a stroke on the 18th. This article was written Friday, January 19th. But Corey went on her Instagram on Thursday to talk about it, right? To talk about this stroke that she just had. If you look at the picture, she's in the office. She in the hospital, right? So January 18th, if we take that to the day, from the day that the daughter had the stroke to the day that his brother passed away, we get 30 and 42. The classic code for black people, right? The numbers 30 and 42. This is what these things equal when you simply take the letters in the words and you add them up. This is what they equate to, right? Jalen equals 30 and 42. Andre, fried. You know, we eat a lot of fried foods, fried chicken, fried rice. You see what I'm saying? 30 and 42. Martin Luther King, even the show Martin lived in apartment 42. You have slavery, Malcolm X, Ice Cube, Aaliyah, Huxtable, as in the Cosby Show. Remember the Huxtables? That was their last name. They name equal 42 as well. Reggie, it's a lot of black people with that name. My best friend in middle school name was Reggie, right? 42. And last but not least, the N-word equaling 42 and 30. So we see what this number revolves around when we see these numbers, especially when they're paired together. We see what they're alluding to, right? This is mockery, right? Along with Snoop Dogg's brother passing away February 16th in the year 24. This equates to 42, which we just spoke about, the number 42. Now, I want to talk about Chaldean numerology for a second, because I've been diving in on a lot of Chaldean numerology lately, and it's right on the nose. Now, Chaldean numerology is based on the principles that the universe is built by vibrations, and that everything is vibrations that vibrate with different frequencies. Every frequency attracts its equal. A balanced vibration attracts other balanced vibrations. An unbalanced vibration attracts other similarly unbalanced vibrations. Chaldean numerology is also based on the fact that everything is destiny, and that we all have a destiny, and that our destiny is strictly unavoidable. However, our destiny is dictated by the vibrations, aka the numbers of our full birth date and our legal name. We cannot change our birth date, but we can change our legal name. And by this, it's possible to partially reprogram one's destiny. So the question when y'all ask Kinfolk, do you think this is why such and such? Do you think this is why Kanye changed his name just to Ye? Is he trying to avoid a certain destiny and reprogram his own destiny? So due to the Chaldeans and Chaldean belief, that answer is yes. The possibility to reprogram one's destiny, it is possible by changing one's name, right? So with all that being said, I want to present to you a couple things that I have found in Chaldean numerology, since we just spoke on the number 42, right? Michael Jordan equals 42 in Chaldean. Riley Freeman in the Boondocks, Riley Freeman equals 42 in Chaldean. Now, I also noticed something else that's interesting about this show, The Boondocks, right? Remember this was one of his friends. This was one of Riley's friends, Ed Wuncler III. And if you watched his character had a black undertone. He was a white boy, but he acted black. Even the voice actor was a black actor. Charlie Murphy played Ed Wuncler III. So it's very interesting, the numerology of these things, right? Even Ed Wuncler's father in the show, Ed Wuncler equals 42 as well. Remember, Ed Wuncler was the rich man that owned Robert Freeman's house. This was the owner. He owned the bank that owned Robert Freeman's house. So everything about that, they was telling you even within the show. It was even in the character's last name, Freeman. Free man. Just like slavery. But come on, man. Keith equals 42 in Chaldean. Joel Santana equals 42. Julius Irvin equals 42. And he wore the number 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. And then what's so crazy, right? Julius Irvin's nickname was Dr. J. And Dr. J equals 32, just like the same number that he wore for the Nets. 32. Well, come on. Derek Fisher equals 42 in Chaldean. It's a lot of things that revolve around black people that equal the number 42. Kenyon Martin equals 42, and he was born on December 30th, the 12th month and the 30th day. 12 plus 30 equals 42. He shares this same numerology with LeBron James. LeBron James was also born on December 30th. And LeBron James, breaking it down in English, equals 42. But come on. Kawhi Leonard equals 42 in Chaldean. Harriet Tubman equals 42 in Chaldean. Just to circle it around to more recent times, the Super Bowl that was just had on the 42nd day of the year, when Super Bowl equals 42, and Patrick Mahomes, the black quarterback, won the Super Bowl. And now, since they won, the Kansas City Chiefs are now 4-2 in Super Bowls, when Super Bowl equals 42. So now, to circle this all back to Snoop Dogg, right? Snoop Dogg and his brother. When Snoop Dogg just dropped his most recent album on February 11th, which was the 42nd day of the year. Just to bring Snoop Dogg right back into this equation, right? Because if we take the full name of this project, BODR, Back on Death Row, that was his most recent album that Snoop Dogg just released, Back on Death Row. So he back, right? And this is what has to occur with him being back. Blood has to be shed. Blood sacrifice. Now, back on death row equals 246. So isn't it interesting that his brother passed away on the 24th month and the 6th day of Back on Death Row? The release of Back on Death Row. He dies 24 months and 6 days later. All by the numbers, man. It's all by the numbers. But come on. Because if we want to bring the Chaldean right back into this equation, Snoop Dogg's brother passed away on February 16th, the 47th day of the year, when Snoop Dogg equals 47 in Chaldean, and even his real name, Calvin Brodus Jr., equals 47 in Chaldean. What are the odds of that? His rap name and his real name both equal the same thing in the Chaldean numerology. This is which the Chaldeans is looked at as destiny. They both equal 47 in the destiny of his brother passing away on the 47th day of the year. This is also a Masonic ritual, right? With the number 47. There are 47 degrees in the Masonic compass. This is why if you looked at the score to the Super Bowl, the score was 22-25. Add that up, you get 47. That's why it was all those threes that was involved. Let me take a short intermission real quick. Just a very quick short intermission. They mentioned that in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes yards, the yards that he had 333 passing yards. Well, the interesting thing about that, if we actually take Patrick Mahomes' full name given at birth, like how they just said numerology was said to be your destiny, Patrick LeVon Mahomes II equals 333, and he passed for a complete 333 yards to get his third Super Bowl. And did you even hear how the announcer at the end of the game told you the address to the Super Bowl? The address to the Allegiant Stadium. The address where the Super Bowl was played was 3333 Al Davis Way. Man, come on, man. But let's continue. Let's go back to this Masonic ritual where we have the number 47 and 33 once again. Because even if you go over to Snoop Dogg's brother's Instagram, his handle is BadaBing33. So how I perceive this is Snoop Dogg's brother was Snoop Dogg's sacrifice for the 33rd degree. That's what I believe. I could be wrong on that. Snoop Dogg could be lower than a 33rd degree Mason. He could be lower. But I believe this is his 33rd degree Masonic sacrifice. Now come on. Now come on. Now also pay attention to the Batman shirt. Also pay attention to the Batman shirt that's always used as a help. It's always a help signal that person is trying to send you when they show you Batman. Matthew Perry did the same thing with Batman. He would send out signals telling people that he was in trouble. Right? All this Batman symbolism, right? And that's what Gotham City would do when they needed help. They would show the bat signal to get Bruce Wayne's attention. And that's the same thing that these people are doing right before they die. It's always a Batman logo. Somebody even in the comments said Batman logo equals help me. Batman logo, help me. This is what this is symbolizing with these people. They're telling you that they're in trouble. And Snoop Dogg's brother had the same thing on his Instagram. But you thought it was funny, black man. But that's what he was symbolizing. That he needed help. He knew they was coming after him. But come on, let's continue. Is that Jamie Foxx? Oh, everybody else thought that was Jamie Foxx too. All right, come on. I'm acting like this alive. I'm being sloppy right now. But come on. Right? Let's continue with the Masonic ritual that I said that it was, right? Because the day that Snoop Dogg's brother passed away left 319 days left, just like the word Masonic and killing. Masonic and killing both equal 319 in the Satanic cipher. And just to prove how, because you might be thinking Kinfolk, you using different ciphers. You said Satanic, then you said Chaldean. How do I know that you're not just reaching and just grabbing numbers that you see fit? I got a video for you to watch right now. Yeah, so now I want to prove how rare these numbers are. So I've been working on this list for the past couple days, and I've been saving it to my computer. Now I have 100 words shown on each page. I have 5 pages of different words. I have everything in here. I have myself in here. I have a few other decoders, Zachary Hubbard, Simple Truth, just anybody that I could think of that came to my mind, right? And I just been looking at numbers and seeing what numbers is on here, seeing what's making sense, what's adding up, and I've been learning a lot just from this long list, man. And the number 319 only shows up a few times with all these different possibilities. So if there's 5 pages, 100 words on each page, so that's 500 words, we have 10 ciphers. So we have 5,000 possibilities on our hands. We have around 5,000 possibilities. Now I want to see when the only time the number 319 comes up, because that's what we're dealing with. So on the first page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 on that page. 319, there is no other 319 on this page. If you can hear me, that's me hitting the enter button. Nothing on this page. This whole page, no 319s. All these different possibilities. The 4th page, 319. There's no 319s on this whole page. And the 5th page, let's go through the 5th page, the last one, 319. All these different words. And the only time 319 comes up is in the Satanic cipher, killing, Masonic, Lucifer, English, Trinity. These are the only words, right, on this page. On this whole thing, out of 5,000 possibilities, we have 5 out of 5,000. So let's do 5 divided by 5,000. It's not even a 1% chance. You know how they always ask, what's the odds of that? It's not even a 1% chance. So yeah. Right. So after you see that video, now you see how rare, right, these number occurrences is, right? So now with that being said, Snoop Dogg's birthday, his next upcoming birthday this year, is on the 248th day of his brother's death, just like human sacrifice. So once again, Snoop Dogg's brother was indeed a human sacrifice for Snoop Dogg to get to the 33rd degree. And with that being said, that's all we have for this video today. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for the love. Appreciate y'all for the support. And I'm out.